Hi biology students. Today we are going to really be talking about the connection between photosynthesis and cellular respiration. So let's kind of remind each other of just some common terms that we need to know. So here we're gonna kind of put everything together in this nice cycle, and we're gonna be using the rabbit and the nice little plant up above, flowering plant up above. So we're going to first talk about what type of organism the rabbit is. So the rabbit is going to be a heterotroph because it's going to need to eat other organisms to gain food. So that means that it's going to have a mitochondria, but it's not going to have any chloroplast. We're going to find chloroplast only in the plant up here. And remember that the plant is going to be what we call an autotroph, because an autotroph is going to be able to make its own food in the form of glucose from energy harvested from sunlight. And this autotroph is going to be containing our chloroplast and mitochondria because it has to do both photosynthesis and cellular respiration. The heterotroph, or the rabbit, is only going to do cellular respiration. So let's kind of talk about what these two animals, or this animal and this plant, are going to use to create food and then use that food to make energy. So if we look at the plant up here, the plant is going to go through photosynthesis, and the plant needs a few things to do photosynthesis. It needs carbon dioxide, water, and sunlight energy. It can actually get the carbon dioxide from the atmosphere, and remember, carbon dioxide is going to be written as CO2. And it's going to be able to pull in that carbon dioxide from the atmosphere. It also is going to be able to use water that it pulls in maybe from the soil or the atmosphere as well. So it's going to use this carbon dioxide, water, and sunlight to produce two different things. So in the chloroplast, we're going to have our two reactions occur, our light independent and our light dependent reactions. The light dependent reactions are going to occur first at the thylakoids, which are those stacks of poker chips in there. And then the light independent reaction, aka the Calvin cycle, is going to take place in the stroma, or the fluid inside the chloroplast. And this little plant is going to be able to produce two things inside of that chloroplast. It's going to be able to produce oxygen and glucose. Glucose, remember, is technically our food source, is our food that we like to, what we call it. So now this little bunny down here, or rabbit, can be like, okay, I need a good quality snack to be on my way. So I'm going to go find that awesome plant that's going through photosynthesis, and I'm going to consume it. Once that rabbit consumes the plant, it's going to be able to actually use the glucose that the plant made for its own benefit. The oxygen is going to be used for two things. One, the plant can use the oxygen it made to go through its own cellular respiration, and the oxygen is going to be released in the atmosphere so that rabbit can breathe it in. So what's kind of nice is the plant makes the glucose and oxygen for itself because it wants to go through or it wants to go through cellular respiration too, but the bunny is also going to benefit because the plant made glucose and oxygen that the bunny can now use. So the bunny goes and eats that plant and consumes the glucose the plant made, so then it can go through cellular respiration. So cellular respiration, remember, occurs at that mitochondria, and it's basically gonna take the glucose that it consumed from the plant, and through a series of reactions, it's going to produce the wonderful molecule that we always talk about, ATP, or the energy molecule, which can then be used for various activities like muscle contraction, moving items in and out of a cell, etc. So the bunny really needs that ATP to just go on with its daily lives. And one of the byproducts of cellular respiration, or waste products, is that carbon dioxide. The bunny is going to exhale it, and what do you know? Mr. Plant over here is then going to once again use that carbon dioxide that the bunny created in cellular respiration to go through the whole act again. So you can really see why it's called a cycle, because the products and the reactants are being kind of used over and over and over again by the bunny and the plant. So I hope that was helpful in connecting why cellular respiration and photosynthesis are connected and how they are related, and also how they are just a little bit different.